Hello, I'm David Stanley from the Music Man Project. We are a UK charity which provides specialist music education and performance opportunities to children and adults with learning disabilities across the UK and around the world. I'm speaking here from my music room in Leigh-on-Sea, a town in the southeast of England. Now, during this presentation, my goals are to offer an insight into the Music Man Project, to share teaching strategies and reveal their impact, and to provide useful resources to help you deliver our programme. Now, I hope by the end of this presentation, you will feel confident to join musicians, teachers, schools, charities right across the world who also perform our music, which will help us connect a unique global community through song. I will explain my guiding principle, explore my aims, and then discuss the difference between music education and music therapy, before concluding with a look at our own concert repertoire. The guiding principle of the Music Man Project is high expectation. You would not be watching this video unless you believed in the transformative effect of music, but it is worth considering the particular high importance of high expectation for children and adults with learning disabilities. To support my point, this is our story so far.
What does music school mean to you?
It means the future of life and the future of music.
High expectation means more than simply expecting good results or outperforming targets. It is a statement of value, a prediction of sustained success, and your faith that musicians with disabilities can break through those limitations that others place upon them. High expectation means investment in the best equipment, the best musicians and teachers, the best technicians and the highest production values. It means performing at the world's most prestigious concert venues in front of the biggest audiences. High expectation means challenge. It means teaching the same musical skills, discipline and artistry as the mainstream, but from an earlier starting point over a longer time frame and with, of course, a tailor-made approach. It means effort, patience and dedication. It is vocation rather than occupation. Sadly, high expectation does not historically apply to people with disabilities, be it through innocent lack of understanding, unforgivable prejudice, or most likely a complex combination of the two. The once forgotten society has come a long way, and whilst our work might appear insignificant compared to many disability struggles, music has that unique ability to shine a bright light on the darkness and crash and bang its way through the silence. An audience member attended a concert featuring musicians with disabilities. He only went as a favour for a friend and expected to feel nothing but pity for all the performers. After a few moments, he felt like there was a mirror rising in front of his eyes, and he quickly realised it was himself he was pitying. From that moment, he changed his view of people with disabilities. Without high expectation, there is no concert. There is no mirror. Now, I stipulate the following 4 aims for anyone wishing to run my music education programme. They must provide regular, ongoing and accessible music education, leading to inspirational performance opportunities. Because I'm against one-off workshops which just show what the students can't have on a regular basis. Now, accessible means adapting your teaching style, language, resources, but maintaining that same goal of entertaining and enlightening the public. I'm against oversimplifying and using age-inappropriate music. Secondly, I want people to nurture the innate musicality through their stimulating and fun teaching. I assume everyone is musical, and I create musical patterns for my students to anticipate. I fill my songs with emotion and meaning. So my aim is to unlock their expressive potential. Thirdly, I aim to teach groups of students to sing, to sign and play real instruments. The Music Man project performs repertoire that I compose and arrange specifically for the students. I prioritise traditional music making with authentic musical instruments, treating the students as musicians in ensemble rehearsals. They learn to play the right music at the right time on the right instruments. And finally, I want to provide a platform for students to shine as respected musical performers. So I campaign for the rights of people with learning disabilities to perform at the world's most prestigious stages. I promote their achievements in the media, and I petition policymakers and funders to invest in them. It took me 20 years to fulfil my promise that one day my students would play the world-famous Royal Albert Hall, and our next dream is a New York concert tour. These aims have enabled Michelle, a selective mute, to sing solo on a charity single which topped the Amazon Broadway chart. They enabled Carl, who has multiple and complex physical and learning disabilities, to break a Guinness World Record alongside his sister, a graduate of the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. They enabled our musicians to perform in London's West End and at the Royal Albert Hall. They even enabled 3 individuals with Down syndrome to open a primetime national TV advert.
3 is a magic number. 3 is a magic number.
I recommend you all campaign on behalf of people with disabilities to access the life-changing musical experiences that you can provide them. It is worth stopping to think for a moment about that wider impact you can have on these wonderful people.
This is who we are, who we want to be. When you find your purpose, you can turn the dark to light,
The two most fundamental elements of my approach are music education as opposed to music therapy. And number two, concert repertoire. In the UK, there is still confusion between special needs music education and music therapy. Some people even tell me that music education for someone with a disability is, by its very nature, music therapy. But if this were true, Paralympians would not be entertaining millions by competing at the Olympics. They would merely be undertaking their physical therapy in public. My point is perhaps best expressed in these words from a father who founded a wonderful music college for people with disabilities. He said this: "When Daniel had a brain aneurysm 13 years ago, he had 5 therapies a day. There was no downtime, no break. Everything was corrective therapy and goal setting. All this does is make people feel like they are broken." Although our students have to overcome tremendous obstacles to achieve things that many of us take for granted, through acceptance and value, we can help them feel comfortable in their own skin and secure in the knowledge that they are fine just the way they are. I'm not a therapist. I'm a music teacher. My teaching focuses on musicality, expression, and that final performance. I treat my students as musicians at all times. They learn to sing, to sign, and to play new music from memory. And they do this and entertain and inspire audience by their thousands. Of course, the Music Man Project has tremendous therapeutic value as a side effect. But my mindset is music education and performance. It is high expectations and musicianship. 20 years of teaching in this industry has shown this to be the key to my students' sense of purpose, their confidence, and their strong mental health. This distinction and the impact of my teaching is currently the subject of PhD research at the Royal College of Music. A Music Man Project teaching session always includes the following features. 1. Group-based learning. Number 2. expressive, challenging and stimulating music, which is repetitive and easy to learn. Number 3, accessible instruments. Djembes, glockenspiel, handbells, woodblocks, triangles, tambourines and ukulele. Number 4, that's standard repertoire, standard instruments, so that we can all come together to perform the same music. Number 5, the preparation of new concert repertoire for public performance. And number 6, singing, signing, playing and some sort of dancing or movement. We perform well-known Music Man songs and learn new and challenging music. Repetition is central to the teaching, along with enjoyment, making friends and encouraging the students to be themselves. I think music is fundamentally an exchange of energy between the students, between them and me, between us and the audience. My aim is for everyone to feel happy and uplifted, but also exhausted by the end of my class because they've worked so hard. This all helps us to prepare for those major, large-scale performances. In my experience, people with disabilities love to perform. They love the sound of applause and they cannot wait to sing and play their hearts out to whoever is listening. Some of my best students started off hating music. They clutched their ear defenders as if their lives depended on it. With patience and perseverance, regular attendance, those same children played drum kit at full volume without ear defenders in front of thousands of strangers. There is little value in music education unless musicians have a platform to perform. My first West End musical was called From the Asylum to the Palladium, and it told the story of mental hospitals where people with disabilities were treated as patients alongside single mothers, the mentally ill, poorly behaved children. The journey from this dreadful past to the current care in the community and the relative opportunities available today, it was all performed by my students, and it was a moving and stark reminder of the struggle faced by people with disabilities over many years. Isolation to opportunity is a universal story of neglected people across the globe. Like physical access to buildings, toilets, education and employment, barriers to opportunity in the arts should now be broken down as well, so that musicians with disabilities can tell their story to the biggest audience possible at the world's most prestigious venues. My charity is musically defined by the concert repertoire, which connects the franchise across the world. It is essential that through differentiation, our standard repertoire is challenging for some students whilst remaining accessible for all. It is composed and notated in the classical tradition so that it can be published and arranged and performed by other musicians in many years to come. It is arranged and recorded with the assistance of industry professionals wherever possible. It stands up as a musical composition of value in its own right. It is age appropriate for the majority of students and challenges them intellectually, emotionally and physically. While simplicity in music is easy to learn and can be very effective, the repertoire should not appear like a nursery rhyme. The Music Man project provides a wide range of resources to help followers of our programme learn our repertoire. On our website you can find sheet music, backing tracks, lyrics, signs, demonstration videos and play-along slideshows. Our YouTube channel also provides concert footage from our major London productions, along with performances from regional projects across the UK. These songs have become ingrained in my students' subconscious. For many, they are personal soundtracks to their lives. And I can play any introduction from any song written in the past 20 years, and many immediately know the lyrics, the signs and the instrumental parts. The songs stand alone as effective pieces of music, and they are sung by mainstream school children and choirs and performed by children and adults with special needs around the world. Now, if you would like some further reading, in 2019 I was awarded a Churchill Fellowship from the Winston Churchill Memorial Trust, and this enabled me to research music education and performance for people with learning disabilities in New York. I made 11 recommendations to raise awareness, enhance provision and increase impact in that report. Finally, here are some useful links for you to explore in more detail. Thank you very much for listening.